Hey, how's it going? This is your boy Josh here, hanging out with you. And today we're going to go into the trade journal sessions. Guys, this is a super important section in the training because we go over how to journal the right way. Everybody always talks about journaling. Why should I journal? How should I journal? What does journaling look like? Okay. This is going to go deep into why you journal and how to actually journal the right way to get the results you want, which is profitable trading. Number one, the first thing you want to realize is what is actual trade journaling? Okay, as a trader, what is journaling? Well, journaling is the act of tracking your trades through documentation. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Journaling is the act of tracking your trades through documentation. Number two, you're also recreating the environment in which the trades occur. The reason why you journal your trades, one of the reasons, is to recreate the environment in which you took that trade so you can go back and review it. Number three, journaling is writing down all your trades and the circumstances in which you took them. See, the mistake some people make about trade journaling is that they just write down the trade they took, but they don't talk about the circumstances in which those trades were taken. Not only the physical circumstances, but the emotional circumstances. Were you tired that day? Were you hungry that day? Were you thirsty when you took that trade? Was it halfway through the day and you're already tired? Were you mentally fatigued? Writing all these things down in specific detail gives you the edge in the market you need to succeed. So that is what trade journaling is. If you're going to do it the right way, this is what you need to do. Number two, okay, why do we actually journal? Number one is to create an edge in the market or a trading strategy that works. The only way you know whether a trading strategy works is through data over time. You can either back test that data or forward test that data. Now, if you're an impatient person and you just want to forward test that data, start writing down every trade you take and you will build over 100, 200, 300 trades track record of what works for you in the market, what gives you the most profit, what gives you the most losses. And what that helps you do is identify personal, emotional, and logical tendencies. The thing about trading is that trading is not you versus the market or you versus another person. Trading is you versus you. So you need to understand your personal emotional triggers. For example, you might be somebody who cuts trades too short. That might be your personal emotional trigger. For somebody else, their problem is they might hold trades too long. Logical tendencies. This comes to decision making. I've heard somebody say one time that trading is just a decision tree. Okay, it's about knowing how and when to make the right decisions. So you also want to look at your logical tendencies. Do you tend to get into trades a little too early? Do you tend to get into trades a little bit too late based on your analysis? So when you write and identify your emotional tendencies and your logical tendencies over time and the result that happened with that trade based on these two factors, you start to notice a trend. And guys, a trend is your friend because a trend can be changed, but it can only be changed once identified. Okay, super key. Number three, we trade to improve your trading over time through data and stats, not through guessing, not through emotions. I can tell you, somebody who's been in trades, even today, there's some times where I wanted to get out of the trade and cut profits early, but because data has told me so, I stayed in that trade and it ended up going my way, and I made $1,000 in 10 minutes. Okay, not because I was the best emotionally at that time, but because I trusted the data and stats. Why? Because I've been journaling. Number three, it helps you identify changes in the market in real time. Guys, the market changes. For example, during COVID, even before COVID was a big thing around the world, even before they shut down schools and hospitals, the market was changing in real time. And if you were journaling, you'll begin to notice that, for example, the market is starting to turn downwards, even though the economy is doing well. Why is that? Oh, duh, COVID. There's a lot of health issues. That's what's making the market go down. So you can identify those changes in real time if you're journaling consistently. If you're not journaling consistently, it might take you a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month to realize a trend in the market that you would have caught if you were just regularly journaling. Okay, so here's some journal tools and recommendations. TradeZella, I do believe this is the number one online trading journal out there. I highly, highly recommend it. I use it myself. Number two, Google Sheets. Okay, this is where you type out your trades and your journals one by one. Okay. Number three, you have TraderSync. I've used this one in the past as well, pretty good, but I still prefer TradeZella. And number four, TradeView. Okay, I'm going to tell you something right now. As a beginner, TradeZella as a software is great. Do yourself a favor and manually track your trades, at least for the first 2 to 3 months. Why manually track your trades? Because number one, it's going to force you to review it in real time. So what I usually do, as soon as I take a trade, after the trade is over, I will journal it. Okay, and then it's creating muscle memory and psychological memory of the trades that I was taking. I'm remembering the feelings when I took that trade. I'm remembering the environment in which that trade was taken. I'm remembering the circumstances in which I took that trade because I'm manually writing it down. Somebody once said to me, "A short pencil is mightier than a long memory." Don't rely on your memory. Write down your trades. At least for the first 3 months, I promise you, this will make a huge difference. I've used TradeZella. It's a great software, but I'm telling you, use Google Sheets. Manually track your own trades. Write notes in your trades. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? What made you get into that trade? If you were hesitating, what made you overcome your hesitation and buy that put or buy that call or go long there or go short there? Super important questions you need to ask. So here's my assignment to you. Okay, you want to actually go ahead and use Google Sheets. Now, how do you actually trade the right journal the right way? I'm going to give you guys a small demo. Okay, and what I'm going to do is also give you guys access to a copy of my trade journal where you can actually use it yourself. Okay, and what I want to show you is this. Okay, here's an example of a trade journal. Number one, I'm writing the date. Okay, I make the color green if I won the trade, and I make the color red if I lost the trade. I'm taking at the time. Okay, you want the time of day. You want the ticker I'm trading, okay? If I'm doing futures, I put the stock or ticker. If I'm trading stocks, I'll put the stock or ticker. If I'm trading options, that's where you put the strike and expiration. In this case, I was trading futures, okay? Super important. What was the reason you got into the trade? What was the setup you were trading, okay? For example, I put here a demand zone bounce, okay? Let me actually zoom in on this so you can see it better. For example, here I put a demand zone bounce at all-time highs and 9 EMA bounce. Okay, I got in here, I got out here. Okay, so entry, exit, stops, my profit target, my P&L, how much I made on that particular trade. Okay, and here's what the important part: the note. Okay, I got in long, I put a stop at break even, then at 300, then at 300, got to 450, kicked me out. So these are the circumstances I was following when the trade was going my way. So I have a rule. When I'm up 3 points on the trade, I don't let it go negative against me. So I move my stop to break even. That's what you're seeing here. Then when it got to $450 in profits, I moved my stop to 300. That's just my personal rule. Again, I told you guys, remember, okay, you want to journal your personal emotional and logical tendencies. I've noticed through journaling that whenever a stock goes up $300 with me and I don't put a stop at break even, if I let it come back down, it can go against me. So I've just created that rule based on my personal trading, and I've seen it work out well for me. It kicked me out of the trade, and it came back to 90 EMA. And then I put notes. I should have re-entered the trade because it broke all-time highs, and I could have made 1,500. So I made 450, but I left $1,050 on the table. This is how you journal. Okay, you journal what you were thinking, write down to the trade, and what would have happened if you made a different decision. But more importantly than that, guys, your risk to reward ratio, your risk to reward multiple. If you risked $1,000, okay, and you made 500, that's a 2 to 1. Okay, if you risk $500 and you made 1,000, that's a 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio. If you risk 500, you made 500, that's a 1 risk to reward ratio. So you want to get your risk to reward ratio and write that down. But the most important, guys, is this. Okay, you want to be able to take a picture, and this is where most people miss it. You want to take a picture of what you were seeing in the market at that time. Okay. I got into shorts because we kept going to this area. I used Bookmap, okay, and we kept rejecting, and then we flushed. Okay, this is why I got into shorts. Now, when I read that explanation, I read the details, and then I also look at the picture. It's like I'm right back there again. I can see that trade. I can smell the trade. I'm emotionally there. So I remember what I was doing when I got into that trade. This helps you create an edge over time, and it instills in your subconscious how your trading decisions affect your P&L. Okay. Not only did I take a picture of this, okay, which is Bookmap, I also took a picture of the actual chart, okay, the actual chart itself. So if I go to the image, so just so I can pop this out for you guys. If I go to the image and I literally want to pop it up, I can see. So this is what I meant. It went up. Okay, I got calls here at demand zone bounce and 90 MA. It went up. I took profit pretty much, or I got kicked out. It came back down here again. Okay, I got in. I should have gotten in again here, is what I was saying, but I didn't, and I left 1,500 on the table because it broke all-time highs. Very simple trade, but just an example of a trade I took. Okay, I'm not saying it's a great trade or a bad trade. I'm just saying it's a trade I took. It worked out for me, but I'm taking notes on my trading so that way I can go back, journal, look through a treasure trove of all my trades, and begin to decide and make decisions of what I'm going to do in real time. So based on this, if I see an area of interest get retested, I'm going to get in again. I'm going to get in it a second time because I've noticed that when I don't do that, I leave money on the table and so on and so forth. Or here, okay, I got in long, okay, put my profit target at 2 to 1 and got filled. They came down to entry again, should have got in again. You see all caps, and then rage and push 16 points to 50.80. I left what? Another $1,500 on the table. Okay. So I made the same mistake twice. You see how I'm identifying my emotional triggers, what's messing up my trading? Well, this is how you do that. Okay. Not only do you put the stats down, you also want to pay attention to the pictures. You want to take charts. Okay. Take pictures of your charts. You want to take pictures of Bookmap or any other tools you use. And this is going to make you the top 1% of the traders. Josh, but that seems like a lot of work. Yeah, so is, lifting bricks for 80 years of your life, okay? Like, this is the truth, what it takes to be in the 1%. You have to study. You have to literally learn how to trade. And there's a treasure in this because over time, you're going to get better. It's going to be impossible. I literally guarantee you that if you do this for 3 weeks, if your trading doesn't get better, like literally, I would literally, I don't know, cry or something. I'll shave my beard. I don't know, but you get my point. Like it's super important for you guys to journal. This is the importance of it, but you have to journal the right way. Write the trade, write what you were thinking and feeling in the moment, take pictures of it, and number three, take the extra step, record it, okay? Not only do you want to take pictures, you record it and you go back and revisit it over and over again so you can get better as a trader. So hope that helps. This is going to be a game changer for you if you implement it, and I'll see you on the winning and profitable side. Ciao for now.